ॐ श्री वासुदेवाय। ॐ नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। ॐ नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। नारायणं नमस्कृतं नरं चैव नरोत्तमं देवीं सरस्वतीं व्यासं ततो जायमुदीरये। नष्टप्रायेषु अभद्रेषु नित्यं भागवत सेवया भगवतीरुत्तमश्लोके भक्तिर्भवति नैष्टिकी। कृष्णाय वासुदेवाय देवकीनन्दनाय च नन्दगोपकुमाराय गोविन्दाय नमो नमः। ॐ अज्ञानतिमिरान्धस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मिलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। श्रीचैतन्यमनोभीष्टं स्थापितं येन भूतले स्वयं रूपा कदा मह्यं ददाति स्वपदान्तिकं। वन्देऽहं श्रीगुरो श्रीयुतपदकमलं श्रीगुरून् वैष्णवांश्च श्रीरूपां साग्रजातां सहगणा रघुनाथान्वितं तं सजीवम् साद्वैतं सावधूतं परिजनसहितं कृष्णचैतन्यदेवं श्रीराधा कृष्णपदान् सहगणा ललिता श्रीविशाखान्वितांश्च नमः। ॐ विष्णुपादाय कृष्णप्रेष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदान्त स्वामिनिति नामिने। नमस्ते सरस्वती देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेष शून्यवादी पाश्चात्यदेशतारिणे। नमो महावदान्याय कृष्ण प्रेम प्रदायते कृष्णाय कृष्ण चैतन्य नाम्ने गौरत्विषे नमः। हे कृष्ण करुणा सिंधो दीनबंधो जगत्पते गोपेश गोपिका कांत राधा कांत नमोस्तुते। तप्त कांचन गौरांगी राधे वृंदावनेश्वरी वृषभानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये। वाञ्छाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्य एव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवास आदि गौर भक्तवृंद। हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे। हरे कृष्णा। So we are reading from Śrīmad Bhāgavatam, Canto 4, Chapter 9, Dhruva Mahārāja returns home. And we are at text 30 now. So Prabhuji has some urgent work today, so we'll read 2, 3 verses and then we'll conclude today. Dhruva Uvacha Samadhīnānaikabhavēna yatpadam vidusanandādaya urdhva pretasah मासैरहं षड्भिरमुष्यपादयोश्चायामुपेत्यापगतः पृथक्वती. Yes, translation.
Dhruva Maharaj thought to himself, to endeavor to be situated in the shade of the lotus feet of the Lord is not an ordinary task, because even the great brahmacharis headed by Sanandana, who practice Ashtanga Yoga in trance, attained the shelter of Lord's lotus feet only after many, many births. Within 6 months, I achieved the same result. Yet, due to my thinking differently from the Lord, I fell down from my position. Purport. In this verse, Dhruva Maharaj himself explains the cause of his moroseness. First, he laments that to see the Supreme Personality of Godhead directly is not easy. Even great saintly persons like the four celebrated brahmacharis headed by Sanandana, that is Sanandana, Sanaka, Sanatana, and Sanat Kumara, practiced the yoga system for many, many births and remained in trance before getting the opportunity to see the Supreme Lord face to face. As far as Dhruva Maharaj was concerned, he saw the Supreme Lord personally after only 6 months of practice in devotional service. He expected, therefore, that as soon as he met the Supreme Lord, the Lord would take him to his abode immediately without waiting. Dhruva Maharaj could understand very clearly that the Lord had offered him the rule of the world for 36,000 years, because in the beginning he was under the spell of the material energy and wanted to take revenge against his stepmother and rule over his father's kingdom. Dhruva Maharaj greatly lamented his propensity for ruling the material world and his revengeful attitude towards other living entities. Hare Krishna.
Yes. So here Dhruva Mahārāja's lamentation is going on continuously. We'll go ahead. The text 31. अहो बत ममानात्म्यं मन्दभाग्यस्त पश्यतः भवच्छीदपादमूलं गत्वा याचे यदन्तवत्. Translation. Disable.
Alas, just look at me. I am so unfortunate. I approach the lotus feet of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, who can immediately cut the chain of the repetition of birth and death. But still, out of my foolishness, I prayed for things which are perishable. Purport. The word anatmyam is very significant in this verse. Atma means the soul, and anatma means without any conception of the soul. Srila Rishabdev instructed his sons that unless a human being comes to the point of understanding the Atma or spiritual position, whatever he does is ignorance, and this brings only defeat in his life. Dhruva Maharaj regrets this unfortunate position, for although he approached the Supreme Personality of Godhead, who is always able to give his devotees the highest benediction of cessation of the repetition of birth and death, which is impossible for any demigod to offer. He foolishly wanted something perishable. When Hiranyakashipu asked immortality from Lord Brahma expressed his inability to offer such a benediction because he himself is not immortal. Therefore, immortality or complete cessation of the chain of repeated birth and death can be offered by the Supreme Lord, the personality of Godhead Himself, not by others. Harim vina na mrityum taranti. It is said that without the blessings of Hari, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, no one can stop the continuous chain of birth and death within this material world. Therefore, the Supreme Lord is also called Bhavachit. The Vaishnava philosophy in the process of Krishna consciousness exhibits the devotee, um, prohibits the devotee from all kinds of material aspirations. A Vaishnava devotee should always be anyabhilasita sunya, free from all material aspirations from the results of fruitive activities or empiric philosophical speculation. Dhruva Maharaj was actually initiated by Narad Muni, the greatest Vaishnava, in the chanting of Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. This mantra is a Viṣṇu mantra, for by practicing the chanting of this mantra, one is elevated to the Viṣṇu loka. Dhruva Maharaj regrets that although he was initiated in the Viṣṇu mantra by a Vaishnava, he still aspired for material benefits. That was another cause for lamentation. Although he got the result of the Viṣṇu mantra by causeless mercy of the Lord, he lamented how foolish he was to have strived for material benefits while practicing devotional service. In other words, every one of us who is engaged in devotional service in Krishna consciousness should be completely free from all material aspirations. Otherwise, we will have to lament like Dhruva Maharaj.
Yes. So Dhruva Mahārāja's lamentation is again in this verse is he has shown his unfortunate, how he is unfortunate to aspire for that perishable thing, even though he got such an opportunity to stay in the Dhruva Loka for 36,000 years. Even after uh, he got the full, first is he got the Dhruva Loka, which is topmost planet. Second is he got the 36,000 years to live there, and he can do anything. Like even means in one sense you can do sense gratification also like that. And the third is even after 36,000 years you can come back in the Vaikuṇṭha Loka, going back home, back to Godhead. Still he was lamenting. That's why Prabhupada in purport he is telling that we should be like Anyabhilashita Shunyam. We should not be aspired for sense gratification even after initiation. Because here in Dhruva Mahāraja's case, he was initiated by Narada Muni himself with the Viṣṇu mantra, by which a Vaishnava, he's a Vaishnava, and still he aspired for the material benefit. So Prabhupada is giving here alert to the devotees. Every one of us who is engaged in devotional service in Krishna consciousness should be completely free from all the material aspirations. Okay, we'll go ahead. मतिर्विदूषिता देवे पद्भैरसहिष्णुभिः यो नारदवचस्तथ्यं नाग्राहीश मसत्तमम्. Translation.
Since all the demigods who are situated in the higher planetary system will have to come down again, they are all enemies of my being elevated to Vaikuṇṭha Loka by devotional service. These intolerant demigods have dissipated my intelligence, and only for this reason would I not accept the genuine benediction of the instructions of the sage Narada. Purport. As shown in many instances in the Vedic literature, when a person undergoes severe austerity, the demigods become very much perturbed because they are always afraid of losing their post as the predominating deities of the heavenly planets. It is known to them that their position in the higher planetary system is impermanent, as it is stated in the Bhagavad Gita 9th chapter. Tene punyam marthe lokam vacanti. It is said in the Gita that after exhausting the results of their pious activities, all the demigods who are inhabitants of the higher planetary system have to come back again to this earth. It is a fact that demigods control the different activities of the limbs of our bodies. Actually, we are not free even in moving our eyelids. Everything is controlled by them. Dhruva Mahārāja's conclusion is that these demigods, being envious of his superior position in devotional service, conspired against him to pollute his intelligence. And thus, although he was the disciple of the great Vaishnava, Narada Muni, he could not accept Narada's valid instructions. Now Dhruva Mahārāja regretted very much that he had neglected these instructions. Narada Muni had asked him, "Why should you bother about insult or adoration from your stepmother?" He was of course said to Dhruva Mahārāja that since Dhruva was only a child, what did he have to do with such insult or adoration? But Dhruva Mahārāja was determined to achieve the foundation of the technical quality of heart, and therefore Narada advised him to go back home for the time being, and in mature time he could try to practice devotional service. Dhruva Mahārāja regretted that he had rejected the advice of Narada Muni and was adamant in asking him for something perishable, namely revenge against his stepmother for her insult and possession of the kingdom of his father. Dhruva Mahārāja regretted very much that he could not take seriously the instruction of his spiritual master, and that his consciousness was therefore contaminated. But still, the Lord is so much patient that due to Dhruva's execution of the devotional service, he offered to him the ultimate welcome.
Yes. So it's 7:30. We will conclude here and continue tomorrow. Prabhuji will explain these verses. Thank you, Prabhupada. Thank you, all of you.
Thank you, Prabhupada. Thank you, Prabhuji.
Thank you,
Thank you, everyone.
Prabhupada.
Hare
Thank you,
Krishna.
Prabhuji. Thank you, everyone. Hare Krishna.
Thank
Very
you,
sorry
Prabhupada.
I
Thank you, Prabhuji. Hare
joined
Krishna.
late today. Sorry.
Mataji, no problem. Yes. Thank you.